Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important example for Angular services, where we will learn how to get or set the data for a service and component using method. Okay, so by the end of this session, you will be able to answer you will be able to implement the concept of Angular services. To use the Angular services by get or set methods. Okay, alright, but before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use Angular services in order to use it with methods. Okay, and for the complete course, you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is completely free for all of you, and it is available in the description box. So from there you can pick that book and it will help you to learn the concept from basic to advanced. Alright, so let's get started. So here you can see in app.component.html file we have one heading that shows Angular 19 course by Sharmit. After that we will add second heading that will show Angular or maybe we can write here component service communication using methods in Angular. So this is our main topic for today, right? We want to communicate between component service using methods. Okay, although like we have discussed few example prior to this session also, but this session is in the continuation of that same. So let's see how we will use the method this time. So first thing that we need is the service. So let's create the service here. So I will write here ng, which is for Angular, g is generate, s is service, and then we want to give the name of service. So I want to create the service in my folder name, my folder with the name data. Okay, so I will just simply write here data and then press enter. So once I press enter, it will take few seconds and it added my folder here. You can see my folder is there with two files. One is data.service.spec.ts that we are not going to touch, and the second one is data.service.ts where we will write the entire logic. Perfect. Now in this we all know that it shows injectable. That means this service can be injectable across the application, because we are using a root here provided in root. That means in the entire application you can use this service. Other than this, we have this constructor, but we are not going to use constructor as of now. So what I'll do now, I'll design my service by my own. So firstly I will define one message here. Okay, so private message. Okay, and the type of this variable would be string only, and as of now we will assign it a blank. Alright, now from this service what I want to do, I want to set the message, also I want to get the message. So for that we will use the method. So here I will write set message, then we will write here data, type would be string only, and then we will write here curly braces where I will write this dot message equal data. Okay, so this is for set method. That means whenever we want to set the message, we will use this function. Likewise, we want to create another method that will help us to get the message. So here I will write get message parenthesis, but from this one, like we are going to return the string. So I will just simply write here double curly braces, and here we will write return this dot message. That's it. Okay, now you can save it. So once you save it, it will like you can see the set message is ready, the get message method is also ready. Now one by one we will make use of all these methods. Okay, so firstly we will go to the app component to set the method. Okay, so to set the message, what we will go to app.component.ts file, which is our first component, and here what I'll do now, I will simply make use of this method. Like firstly we will inject the service, so just simply write here constructor private data service colon data service. Okay, and this is a constructor, so we will use like this. Okay, now from this app component I want to send the data. What I will do now, I will receive a message from my input field. That message I will send to the service with the help of set message. Okay, so for that we will create one function here. I will write send method curly braces, and here I will write this dot data service dot set message, and here I will write this dot msg, and we will define the message also for sure. So here I will write msg, type would be string, and as of now we will assign it as a blank. Rest values we will receive from the input field. Okay, so send method is ready. Now to send the message to this method, what we will do, we will create HTML thing, and also for that we will need a form module because we are going to use ng model. So for that we will write here form module. Perfect, make sure to add it, otherwise it won't work. Now here in this HTML, what I will do, let me add HR for horizontal row, just for a line. Okay, then we will write here h3, and inside this I will write sender component, because from this component we are going to send the data. Okay, and here I will create one input field. In this input field I will add ng model square bracket parenthesis, and inside this we will write here ng model. Okay, and then we will pass here msg, and we will write here placeholder enter message. That's it. Okay, now after this what we will do, we will create one button. In this button I will write click, and in click we will write here send, because this is the method which we have already created, right? And here we can give it a name send message. That's it. So what this method will do, it will send the message. Now let's verify how it looks. ng serve, let me add hr one more time, or let it be. Okay, ng serve hyphen open enter. Let's wait for a few seconds and then it will show you the browser. Okay, so here you can see we have got Angular 19 course by Sharmit, component service communication using methods in Angular, and then we have sender component which is asking for the message, and we have send button. So if I write like something like this Sharmit and click on send button, it is doing the process, but we are not able to see it. Now to see it, what we will do, we will create another component which will receive this value, not directly that component, but that service will receive the value, and that service will pass the data to that new component. Okay, so let's create the component. For that I will write ngg c component rcv comp. Let's give it as a name rcv comp and press enter. Wait for few seconds, component is added. Now in this component what we will do, we will go and make the changes firstly into the class. So for that let's go to rcv comp.component ts. Here I will attach the service firstly, so I will write constructor, then we will write private data service colon data service. Okay, then we will write here opening closing parenthesis, and from here we will use the get method, message, not method, message parenthesis, and from here we will just simply return the this dot data service dot get message. That's it. Okay, so we have added this thing. Now in HTML part what we will do, let's go to rcv comp dot component dot h. Here we will write one h3. I will say firstly we will add hr for horizontal row, then we will write here h3 where we will write receiver receiver component. Okay, and from here we will just simply show the message. So message, for that we will use paragraph. Here I will write message, opening closing curly braces, then we will write here get message. Okay, so what get message is doing here, it will fetch the information. You can see it fetched the information from get message, which is nothing but available in data service, and whatever information it will fetch will be stored into will be written from this method. Okay, and in this method we are just calling the send, not here, in the RCB component.ts here. Okay, so this thing is ready. Now let's save it and let's try to see the output. So ng serve -- open, enter, wait for a few seconds, and then it will show you the output on the browser. Okay, so we have okay, one more thing we forgot to add. We have created the component, but we have not attached with it, right? So for that, let's go to app.component.ts, not in ts, in HTML, and here we will add that component. So write app rcv comp, that's it, save it. Now it is perfect. So here if I write something, let's say text Sharmit, and if I click on send message, you can see message is populated here, and that means this message is forwarded to service, and from that service this method receives the value and we got the output. Okay, so this is, you can create a set or get method. I got some queries regarding this, so I just created this session with the same name, so that you can understand that yes, we are actually doing the same thing here, right? So let me add horizontal row, not here. We should add it in the receive component after this. So we'll write here HR. It's perfect. So now it's look good. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topic. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.